Good day, ma'am. I am Allyna, and now I am going to report Chapter 14, Automated Management Approach. This is what Dr. Maybelline L. Fishbach, President and founder of International Education Placement Program, says Filipino students seeking enrollment abroad must take up computer graduates would increase dramatically in the ensuing years in countries joined to the competitions for the higher technologies. Fishbach said he expected to place 100 Filipino in quotes of 300 Asians for enrollment in 22 universities and colleges in United States and Europe. These school terms, 1982-1983, he said Filipinos have a decided advantage gaining entry in foreign schools because of their proficiency in English educational background and generally higher rate of intensity. He added the world entering what we called the information society, spurred by the increasing cheap and available computers to run the lives of entire towns and nations. Coping with changing business demands. You've worked hard to get where you are. As an owner or manager of a business, you're fact with today's sophisticated businesses techniques and equally sophisticated consumer public. The computer understands your needs. With over a quarter of a century of sustained profit, any computer knows firsthand what growth is all about. The computer offers unique solutions to businesses problems like your and staying on the leading edge of technology. So, the computer that fits your businesses. The computer are designed especially for businesses. It provides the resources you need to maintain control over important businesses operations and captures timely information required to make key businesses decisions. So improve your customer service. Using the computer, you will be able to provide your customers with faster turnaround on their request. Order can be processed as soon as they come in using inventory and pricing information that is instantly available from the computer system. So improve cash flow. So your invoice can be printed directly from the computer so you can have them in the mail the same day. Accounts receivable will only in faster, significantly improving your cash flow, so increases productivity. The computer's ability to use the same informations for many purposes can improve accuracy and increase productivity in your business. So customer files stored on the computer can be served as mailing list or be used such routine accounting functions as payroll, accounts payable, and general ledger. Once the information is entered, you can use it repeatedly each time with complete accuracy. The computer keeps pace with your growth. When you evaluate a computer for your businesses, one important citizen deserves careful consideration. The approachable computers. The computers are extremely easy to learn, so you and your employee won't have to study complex manual and undergo extensive training. So complete forms management when computer system. So all companies, large or small, use forms to simplify and speed up communications. Once designed forms must be printed, inventories and stored, distributed, and updated. The really big businesses, however, is in filling and processing forms and in managing and controlling total information's flow. The high cost of filling and processing forms, many everyday transactions taking out of mortgage or the insurance policy, the opening of bank accounts, the sales of car leave a flood form. So the next one is a computer aided forms processing with a computer system. The small computer system has been used successfully in many different applications. So next one is make a computer system your forms designer. Computer aided forms generations with a computer system allows you to create any forms, its text, length or text, and its actual locations on the form. ADMS, helping you manage trends. The rapid growth of information processing in virtually every industry continues, largely unaffected by inflations and recessions. The reasons is simple. Better information breeds better decisions and across the board improvement in operational support and customer service. So advanced capabilities stand with every computer. So the Computer Advanced Data Management System or ADMS makes it possible for you to effectively and efficiently organize and control your data files, facilitate and sharing of your data, and programs and provide system protections in event of hardware or software failures. So with ADMS, your organizations will benefit from many advanced features, including the first one is the centralized data definitions that reduce programs and maintenance. The second one is automatic coordinations of multiple updates to shared data files. The third one is the protections of data at the field record and file levels. The fourth one is full file recovery and program restart facilities. The fifth one, complete flexibility to create and modify data definitions and access paths in meeting new data processing needs. So the sixth one is automatic reorganizations of data files when the definitions are modified. So the seventh one is easy COBOL programming using the extensive array of computer program development tools with support to be provided for assembler and selected high-level language. So the eighth one is the compatibility with a computer operating system and file management utilities for more efficient operations in additions. So ADMS provides a superset compatibility with a computer data management system or DMS. How ADMS works. So ADMS organize all data definitions for an applications into a three-level description of data base. So a schema, user views of data base, and a storage schema. The schema is a collection of all record descriptions for the data files in a data phase. So increase data integrity to preserve the integrity of database during the concurrent operations by multiple users. So ADMS incorporates a number of advanced data sharing features. So dynamic lookout of users from files and or record during updates. So deadlock preventions, range check validations of data written to files, and lastly, the grouping of related updates into transactions to maintain consistency between related data files. HRMS versus series computer, the powerhouse combinations for human resources management. So Human Resources Management System or HRMS on any powerful computer gives executives the one complete system of payroll accounting, personnel administrations and benefits management. So HRMS combines with the latest in computer technology to provide the dynamic control of informations needed in the growing human resources management environment. So HRMS is an interactive software system that gives immediate access to all data about your company most valuable source. With one system, you can now easily meet all government's reporting requirements, earned income credit, arranged in three software packages: the payroll, personnel, and benefits management. HRMS systems can be implemented individual or together for the complete human resources management. These allow you to describe the various parameters you require in your payroll system, such as the first one is earnings, the second one is deductions, the third one is control levels, the fourth one is the special accumulators, and lastly, the provisions of incorporations of a personnel. Computer payroll provides interactive data entry whereby edits are followed by immediate validations. Thus, when actual processing takes place against the employee files, it is done virtually error-free. So design features. Some other design features of HRMS payrolls include the one is total user control. So payroll is designed so you can make changes in system without having to interface with your data processing group. The second one is the report writer. Your staff can quickly generate standard and reports with a few easy key strokes. The third one is system security. So a multi-level system protects your data from unauthorized operators and control the levels of access of each users, right down to the individual data elements. So the fourth one is the automatic change generator. So these features allows you to set parameters where one change, typically date or condition sensitive, will trigger a corresponding update. So lastly, the conditional mass change. Group employees change can be made by a single transaction. The user may set conditional test on a mass change to limit the processing to only those employees who meet the conditional test. Accounting with a computer entry and inventory control. So, improves customer services, reduces lost sales, balances inventory investment, improves cash flow, increases accuracy. Order processing begins with interactive verifications of customers' numbers and displaying customers' names and credit status. So, inventory control form of a single order entry. All affected inventories items are automatically updated. Typically, inventory files informations includes part number, descriptions, product category, until last three selling prices, taxable status, recorder levels, and picking sequences. So, billing. Billing can be performed automatically on selected accounts or individually according to your requirements. So, sales analysis. The computer lets you review entire inventory by product line and item to evaluate sales and profitability. Reports. The computer provides a variety of crucial inventory including the inventory receiving report, price list, inventory stock status, invoice edit list, ship to address report, common due, picking tickets, price list, invoice, back order by item and customers, purchasing advice report, sales analysis by product and product line. So accounts receivable. So speeds collections, minimize credit risk, tightens cash controls, identifies sales and profit trends, postures, improves customers' communications. Calculations. So earnings are the basis of any payroll systems and a computer provides the versatility you need to do to your job way. So deductions are equally easy in addition to automatically calculating deductions for saving, bonds, loans, and garnishments. The computer provides you with six or less other non-tax deductions or earnings for each employee. So interactive data entry. Whenever any payroll information is entered into the system, the employee's number is verified or his or her name is automatically displayed with a CRT screen, allowing the operator to instability double check each entry because entering any informations. So automatic check printing. Because your computer is configured according to your exact requirements, you have your choice of your variety quality printers. So data entry. The computer automatically verifies vendors at the time information is entered, reducing errors and saving time. Online inquiry. You can review the status of any vendor account at any time with the computer. Any invoice, sequences of invoice, or even monthly activity may be reviewed at the touch of few buttons, giving you the information you want when you want it. So, invoice payment. The computer will automatically pay all but invoice according to due date. with automatically discount calculator or any those you specifically select. Accounts payable distribution reporting. The system allows you to distribute payable to an unlimited number of general ledger accounts and job numbers. Checks reconciliation. The computer reconciliations provides automatic reconciliations of processes check and easily accommodates either prepared or voided check. A company's general ledger is the bottom line for all important financial decisions and for very important reasons. It must be as individual as company it represents. The flexibility is reflected in a system chart of account, data entry, online inquiry, master files, posting, and wide variety of variable reports. So the decision process. The author represents a system that will help classify decisions. The system will help the executive decision between a universal situation and an exception. He examples explains when you should make a decision and when you should let the matter take care of itself. If you make decisions that have significant impact on your entire organization, its performance and results, you are an executive. But be an effective executive, you must make effective decisions. Avoid the need for making an individual decision on every problem that arises by making few conceptual, comprehensive decisions that can be adapted to the individual circumstances of a whole class or problems. Try to find the constant in any situation. Don't be overly impressed by the speed in decision making. You must want to know what the decision is all about and what underlying realities it must be satisfy. To be an effective executive, you must know when a decision has to be sent on a principle. You must know that the most time consuming step in the process is not making the decision but putting it into effect. What every manager must do. So, technical knowledge alone is not sufficient for a successful management. A manager makes his contribution through other people, many of whom do a managerial work themselves. The manager makes his contribution to the success of a business enterprise through other people. Some of these other people may themselves do not managerial work. Many of them are not managers. Instead, they make the contributions directly, not thoroughly other people. So in practice, there are many people who lead dual businesses lives, perform dual functions. At times, they are personal contributors, and other times they are manager. The sales manager may occasionally call on customers. He is not at the time performing the functions of a manager. He is salesman and like any other salesman, he is then making a direct personal contributions to the business. What manager needs. So unlike the technical requirements of the executive job, the management components is the same. It is composed of four elements: planning, organizing, motivating, and integrating, and auditing result for purpose of replacing, recognizing, and further motivating. Planning is vital. So managerial planning involves the determinations of objectives, the development of policies, the formulations of programmers of action designed to achieve predetermined objectives. So objectives helps the image. There are other concerns such as relations with its own managers and its so-called corporate image, its relations with the public. General Electric progress in most important product is an illustration of this latter. Give persuasive internal understanding and acceptance. Such as pronouncements can be much more than a rather obvious advertising appeals designed to increase company sales. So need for policy. A policy is not an order. It is not directive. It provides no answer to specific problem because of the solution calls for judgment on the part of the action taker. So orders are needed sometimes to secure synchronized initiations of several independency performed, but in related actions, it is essential that an explicit directive be issued. Programmers are the means of reaching objectives. In these statements, the time sequence is in the reverse. The manager starts his planning with a setting of objectives. His planning work skills is not complete until he has formulated the requisite programmers, detailed plans and policies and directives. So encouraging initiative. All too frequently lack of creative climate is responsible for failure to explore or to develop and tried it which is new. The stimulations of interrogative essentially a matter of removing those fear. No part of the manager task of motivating is more critical than this. Management by Objectives or MBO. So, a modern approach. The survival of MBO after 20 years proves it is more than a fashionable technique, but often overlooked is how it has changed and how it has have to change and grow if it is to remain a valuable managerial technique. So, the philosophy of management. Words with the wise. The opinions of others are important resource of information. So Mr. Matsushita points out when employees are encouraged to freely and frankly share their ideas with the manager, the wisdom of each employee will reflected in the management of the company. So the philosophy of management, the management in changing times. Some managers believes that if their management has been effective in the past, it will also be effective in the future. Such an attitude is dangerous, warns Mr. Matsushita. Managers must anticipate and renew their policies and plans based on the right management that is accord with the changing times.